Hi, I'm Chelsea Burton Dunn, and I'm here with Rick Heinz. We are two authors that are going to be at PopCon Indy with the Four Horsemen booth. PopCon Indy is June 27th through 29th, and I'm just here interviewing all the authors that are coming with us and asking a couple questions so that you guys can get to know them better and hopefully come out and see us. So, Rick, tell us about you and the books that you write.
Hello. Well, one, thanks for interviewing me and asking me questions. Two, the most important thing to know about me is I'm terrified of spiders and coffee runs in my veins. There's no more blood. I'm just animated by willpower and coffee alone. Um, as for the books that I write, I straddle two completely different industries that yet are very tied together. I either write sarcastic fiction about the end of the world, set in like Chicago and urban modern day stuff with the Seventh Age series. Um, and my third book comes out this year, maybe in time for PopCon.
Ooh.
Or I straddle the tabletop gaming industry. So if you've ever picked up a Shadowrun, Cyberpunk, Dungeons and Dragons, Vampire the Masquerade book, I have written in a lot of different game companies over the years. Most known for my Geek and Sundry writing that I did about like GM tips and storytelling. But since then, we've moved on to run Storyteller's Forge, where we make massive campaign books that we tie to metal music, what the perfect campaign to run after you die, dark, creepy carnivals, and all of our campaigns and books are tied to novels, full custom soundtracks, like teas and coffees, and everything in a box so that you have an RPG experience like ready to go. And they're usually compatible with like D&D, Shadow Dark, and a few other game systems. But we really try to go all out when we make campaigns because we're a bunch of narrative authors that can write massive campaign books and setting guides for people. And they've been going really, really, really well.
I love that you're
Otherwise,
making a whole experience out of it. I love that so much. Like teas and all you're doing so much, but that really immerses people in the world that you're trying to create there for them.
and it's fun to collaborate with other artists. I mean, the whole thing got started when we had a bunch of the metal bands in our kitchen. We were all drinking mead, like you do with metal bands. There's no other, outcome here.
Wow.
And they were talking about how they had the Budapest Scoring Orchestra working for them as their backtracks. And I was like, wait a minute, you guys have like the Budapest Scoring Symphonic Orchestra? I could run entire campaigns to this. Everybody got really quiet, and I was like, I'm writing a full campaign book now, aren't I? And since that point, we've done the Red Opera, the Black Ballad, the Dark Carnival, and different bands in each of them. I've gotten to work with like some of my favorite musicians from like Symphony X or even Riot Games' like Pentakill team, and they will write music according to like the books that we write. And what's really crazy is when they start drawing lyrics and entire songs based off of like the content that we're writing. And then I get to have other novelists work in this world and write full novels with them, and bring back that old like Dragonlance and the Dragonlance and Drizzt novel like tie-in type stuff. So I'm really excited because all of that stuff releases literally this summer
Yeah.
at PopCon.
Yay. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. All right. You ready to dive into some fun questions?
Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned that earlier when we were chatting that you haven't been to PopCon since pre-COVID. Is there anything you are excited about for this PopCon? Popcorn.
Yes, there is a tequila bar called the Saint that's right down the street of the PopCon that is absolutely fantastic at late night. And yes, I know that's a weird call up, but they toss amazing convention parties. Absolutely worth going to. And there's that. And I think the other one I'm excited for is panels because I love hosting and being on panels. So it's great. Erica and Four Horsemen and other people will grab me, yeet me on panels, and I'll be like, "Hi, I'm going to improv now. What's this panel about? Oh, this is great. All right, I know a lot about this or absolutely nothing about this. Either way, it's going to be hilarious."
Which of your characters are most like you?
Oh, geez, that is like, come on, you know that's a loaded question to authors.
I
Like
know.
that is like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna pick my favorite children and then like isolate the rest of them, and be like, you guys don't get to come out now. No. Um, okay, there are two. If I had to really distill it down, um, in my novel series for the Seventh Age, two of the characters, 'cause I have multiple protagonists, so it doesn't really just follow like a singular character.
Yeah.
And one of them is Mike Auburn, who's a construction worker from Chicago, and is very much the, pro anarchy. Let's bring back magic back to the world. Viva la revolution for the lower classes. Like let's rise up and do this. Um, and is it basically a giant golden retriever ultimately when it comes down to it? So I'm very much like Mike. However, if I ever got a chance to be Doctor Doom, one of my main antagonists or anti-heroes, depending on which perspective you have, is Rice, whose entire mindset is every single human on this planet should have the ability to wield magic. And if they are dumb enough to kill themselves, then that's on them. Let's give everybody magic and just watch what happens with the world and who has the will to rise up.
Yeah.
And so there's two completely different like sides of be nice or watch it burn. And I think that when I write, they're always in conflict.
Yeah. But there's the duality that we all have within us. So it's kind of like putting your two sides in different bodies just in your fiction.
Oh, I am fully, absolutely, verifiably insane as an author. I have entire conversations with my characters in my head and role play them to the point sometimes that I'm done writing a chapter or I read a book that's made it all the way through editing. I'm like, wait, I wrote that? Oh, that's right. I was in like that character's headspace. And I asked another author once, and I'll ask you this back. Do you ever have your characters argue with you as the writer as you are writing words on the page about what they're supposed to do? The character's like, nah, I ain't doing that. You out of your mind.
Yeah, actually, there's a whole scene that was written in the third book in one of my series that I wasn't planning on whatsoever. Didn't have it anywhere in the thought process, and then one of my characters was like, "No, we're doing this now, so this is going to be in the book now." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm writing this now. You've made the decision. I can't." It's
Yeah,
actually a great scene, but
sure. And I argued with the character at the computer. I was like, no, you can't do this. This isn't in the outline. The character's like, no, we're doing that. And I'm like, okay, guys, everybody who's listening, you've heard it. We are absolutely out of our minds, or we're really great role players. One of the two.
one of the two. All right. And I don't know if you cosplay, uh, but if you were to cosplay at this convention and no budget, sky's the limit as to what you could possibly cosplay as, who would you be?
Raiden from Mortal Kombat. Because one of my like dreams, and I got it almost working once when I was more into cosplay, but the ability to like have the arcs of lightning move between your fingertips when you're like outside, I got it slightly functional, but not enough to be able
Oh,
to like cosplay with it. But
right.
I've always wanted to cosplay as Raiden at a convention with the electricity and the sparks in the hands. I think
Yes.
that would be fun.
That would be
Granted,
so fun.
I'd have to go as like old man Raiden, but why not?
Yeah, why not? Oh my gosh. Okay, yes, I love that. Thank you so much for chatting with me. This was super fun and just a nice little tidbit conversation. Hopefully that intrigues all of the people watching to come and visit us at the booth in Indy and come to panels and chat with us. And we'll just see you in June, hopefully. Thank you so much.